hi guys, it's Lauren. How are you doing? My last video was like almost 4 weeks ago and I do apologise for that. If you watched my last video you'd know that my parents moved house and I was moving into the dining room. So this arch that you see behind me was open and it led into the living room. So I was getting no sleep, no silence and just no peace. So they have managed to obviously block it off for me now. So I have no excuse really of why I've not filmed. It's just been a very hard time. I am really struggling to write my story Project Ring because I have no area, like I'm still not unpacked properly. Everything is just everywhere. I haven't felt 100% of myself. This is just me being a little complaining whinge bitch. I had this idea almost a week ago now to basically do a nonsense story. How it works is each player starts with a piece of paper. The players each write a phrase as the first step in a story and then fold the paper to hide the phrase before passing it over to the next player. I thought if I message each authortuber and ask them for this step in the story, I can then piece it together and try to write something.
So I asked Kahila to give me a boy's name, Tabuggy gave me a girl's name, Laura gave me an in, at or an on and she chose on, Grapefry gave me a he said, Lindsay gave me a she said, Lizelle gave me a he did, Kevin gave me a she did, Phoebe gave me a they did, Diane gave me a consequence, and Jessica gave me an emotion.
It's not my best, but it was quite fun to write something that I knew was nonsense, like to have no pressure and no future of it. It was quite refreshing, to be honest, to write that. It is hilarious and it is ridiculous, but I love it. I only set myself a time limit of an hour because if I spent any longer on it than an hour, I knew I would nitpick at it and make it something bigger than it actually had to be. So I set myself a timer for an hour and I managed to get 970 words. So because I have only done this in an hour, it is not revised, it is not up to standards. Do not take this writing as my actual craft because it's not. This is just absolute bullshit. But it's fun bullshit, so I will read it to you and let you decipher for yourself what you think of my nonsense story. Klaus and Olivia were both writers and they were both so very much in love with one another that they could not give critique when critique was necessary. They could tell the other when their outfit didn't match or dinner was a little dry and the laundry was once again put away in the wrong drawer. However, they could not speak honestly when it came to craft. Olivia secretly thought Klaus, oh my god, Klaus, why do I keep saying Klaus? It's Klaus, bruh. Olivia secretly thought Klaus was a skittish writer, that he refused to listen to what his characters wanted to do, and instead forced them down a path that made the story a painfully slow and exhausting read. Klaus, on the other hand, thought Olivia to be a poetic masterpiece, but did, and he screamed this fault to every soul he knew, thought her too cocky for her own good. And sadly, this did not just refer to her craft. When they first met, it was on a boat riding down the Seine. They were both in France to find muses. Klaus first found it with a blonde one night, a brunette the next, and a redhead for a hat trick, when then he saw Olivia trying to scramble coins together to get on the next tour out. He approached her with all his charm and wallet thick of notes, and found his muse entirely. He found her confidence attractive. She said she knew she would have got on the boat without him, as she had a way with words and people and getting what she wanted. They settled in Paris. They had no ties pulling them back to England, and so they stayed together, moving from one hotel to the next to make love and finish their stories. One warm evening in July, neither could sleep. Klaus sat up in bed, hunched over his laptop, frustrated. I've told you, you need to listen to your characters, Olivia soothed. Don't control them. That's where it gets sticky. Here, close your eyes. What's he telling you? Klaus tried to listen. There was nothing, so he lied. He said to pull the trigger. 2, pull the trigger? And if he said it, I have to oblige, right? Olivia said nothing. She knew that Klaus's story did not suit his character pulling the trigger. She knew this was him taking authorial demand and forcing action once again. Action. She traced her hand across his thigh. Darling, let me kiss you. Let me help. Klaus slammed his laptop shut. Nothing can help. I'm done. I give up. The world doesn't need this shit show of a story anyway. How does he pull the fucking trigger when he has no gun? He squeezed the bridge of his nose. I'll do it tomorrow. Olivia was used to his loud displays of doubt, where he refused to go on until the next day, because tomorrow might be better. She stood up from the bed and tightened her gown. Yesterday you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream of success while you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No. What are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Bloody hell. Klaus looked at her for a long moment. I'm not giving up. You just said you are. He grinned. How can I give up when you give speeches like that? She shoved him in the arm. I won't bother anymore if you find them so hilarious. Klaus moved over to give her a kiss. Nothing more was said that night. Wednesdays were date nights. Once they ended up at an old woman's house because she promised she had drugs to enhance creativity. Once they even found themselves doing a traditional Scottish reel in front of the Eiffel Tower because the man who owned the burger van was Scottish and would only accept card payments if he received entertainment in return. They never refused much. Klaus dabbled in a wide variety of things. He did a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Whilst he waited for Olivia to finish her shower, he tried to finish the puzzle on the coffee table. He fit 3 pieces before there was a loud bang and a screech. Livy, you okay in there? She came rushing out with dripping hair and mascara under her eyes. I know it. You know what, darling? You're getting water everywhere. I know the ending to my story. You'd never believe it. There I was, shaving my legs, and it just came to me. Klaus raised an eyebrow. Are you going to share? No, I can't. I fear if I will, something bad will happen. There'll be a consequence if I share this spark before I can contain it and make it real. He laughed. A consequence? A deadly one or a bowel one? Like digesting a teaspoon of every condiment we have in our kitchen? Olivia rolled her eyes. If this idea fails, I might. You'd do that? Including mayo, which you hate? I would. I don't believe it. Well then hold me to it. Klaus went to pull at her towel. I will. She grabbed it before it dropped and rushed back to the bathroom to finish her shower. They dined at a local place where the wine was cheap and the bread was always coming. Olivia, however, ate less than usual. She fiddled with her fork and sighed. Was she nervous now that she had made such a statement? If this idea fails, I might. Why had she said that? Klaus would never forget it now. His character would pull the damn trigger and hers was going to go without an ending. She watched Klaus over her glass of wine. He picked up a teaspoon and gave her a small smirk. She gulped. Bruh. That is potentially the worst thing I have ever written, but the most fun I've ever had writing something. Like, that was an experiment, to say the least. So thank you to everyone who I asked to give me a step in this nonsense story. All their channels and links will be below, so go check them out. They're great people. This was something different. I normally love to do writing vlogs, but because I have been struggling to write my own story, I thought what better to write something absolutely nonsense and hope to find some creativity and get back into the groove of writing. So I hope this has helped in some way, at least, because for the past hour I've been writing that. I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully soon, because hopefully I will get back into my groove of Project Ring and things will all be good again, but it's never that simple. Thanks for watching and goodbye.